and welcome to July. I'll do a quick little intro here because I have been asked several times over the past few videos to do a little bit of a walkthrough on my knitting notebook. If you're not familiar, my knitting notebook is really kind of a love letter to my old bullet journaling days. This is for anybody who wants to know the exact stats of this notebook, this is a Leuchtturm 1917, which if you were a bullet journaler, you probably are familiar. I got I think this is the A4 size, maybe A5, it's big. I'll say my impression of this size is that I like it a lot, it works really well for what I need, but it's a little trickier to travel with than a smaller notebook. But yeah, I decorated it myself with Posca paint markers. It says knitting notes on the side. Yeah, and I did these kind of Scandinavian inspired, kind of blocky, abstract red flowers. So why don't we go ahead and get into a little bit of a notebook walkthrough.
So I started this knitting notebook in May of 2024, so it'll include everything from May onward. We start with this table of contents here. The Leuchtturm features this and numbered pages, which is very convenient. Anything that's highlighted is a finished project, and the things written in green are the yearly trackers, which we'll move right into right here with the project tracker for 2024, where I keep track of what I knit for each month. Then we move into the stats. I keep track of a couple different stats, and then the reviews are on this next page. Notes I take while knitting are on the right side, and the reviews themselves are on the left. And this is the real meat of the notebook, is these trackers, where I will keep track of how many inches or repeats I'm supposed to knit and cross them off as they're completed. Down at the bottom here is the weight of the finished projects. Here is my to knit list. And then this is the yarn catalog. Any highlighted quantities means that I have used the yarn up in its entirety. And I have them organized by weight, color, and designer. Here's a few more trackers, and then on this last page is a little bit of freehand planning that I did for the rest of the year and for just future knitting projects in general.
Alright, so I figure to start the month, let's go ahead and do a little bit of a look at what I've got actively on the needles right now, which is the Margaux top. Today is July 6th, and I have, I lost a stitch while it was in a bag. I'm just about done. I have to do the neckline for the back portion of the Margaux and then connect at the shoulders and do armhole ribbing, but other than that, my Delulu pays off once more. If you're looking at this and thinking it's a little short looking, this is superwash merino, so it is gonna really stretch out. Give a little close-up of that stitch pattern if you can see that. Exciting stuff. And so other than that, the thing I'm actively working on at the moment is my Musselburgh. I haven't done a ton on it because I've been focusing on the Margaux because I really want to finish it and have it blocked before the 10th, which is when I leave for California to go visit my family. So that'll be really fun. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna have it done to wear for my trip. In which case the Musselburgh will be my lovely little mindless knitting piece that I can just keep cooking on. And then I'm having a bit of trouble deciding what next big project I want to cast on. And it's between two Sari Nordlund patterns, and I'll put the image up here so you can see. The first one is I've wanted to do for a really long time, you've heard me talk about it for months, is the Diona sweater by Sari Nordlund. It is, as you can see, like a fully cabled and ribbed sweater, knit in the round, it's raglan, and I'm planning to knit it in this Brooklyn tweed shelter in the colorway Wood Smoke. It's this kind of neutral with these flecks of brown. I think it'll be a really nice neutral color for my wardrobe, but obviously if you look at those cables, that is a labor intensive pattern. So we'll see if that's something I really want to do. The other option I have is from Sari Nordlund's book Softly, and it is the Thalia shawl, which I will put right here. It's a DK weight shawl with kind of a lace pattern on one half and garter stitch on the other, and an option for tassels. And I was planning on doing it in the Brooklyn Tweed Arbor yarn in the colorway Spruce. You can see that. It's a nice kind of soft dark green that I thought would be really nice. And I'm really caught between the two of them because they both use the same needles as well. So one of my original thoughts was that I would basically cast on both and then see which one strikes my fancy, but I only have 2 sets of US 4 needles and one of them is in this. So I think I just don't know, honestly, at this point. I don't know how I feel. I've been wanting to do the Diona for months. It is a sweater that so appeals to me in the way it looks and the way it's constructed. I think it would be really, really pretty. But the thalia, like, I'm not a huge shawl knitter. I've knit several. I think I've knit 4 shawls. No, I've knit 5 shawls in my time knitting. And they're never my favorite things to knit because shawls are a bit of a time sink because it's so much knitting flat, it's so many stitches, but I wear my shawls like crazy. I wear shawls all the time. And so I think, I don't know. It's really hard to decide. I'm having trouble. Maybe I'll make an Instagram poll and then see if that sways me one way or the other, or if I get like a certain result and I'm not happy with it. I think that'll really tell me how I actually feel. For like chronic illness and energy preservation terms, I was like, oh, I'll cast on the Diona first because I already have a skein of it caked. But the Diona is 10 skeins of yarn. It's a lot of knitting, while the thalia is 6, which is still a lot, but yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm having a hard time deciding. I'm gonna eat something and see if that helps me. And in the meantime, let's get the neck on this done and get it finished. All right, it's been a couple days and I have exciting news that delusion pays off. My Margaux top is done. It came out fantastic. I'm really, really pleased with it. I can't show it to you right now though because it is currently in a suitcase because tomorrow I leave for California. Got an unexpected day off because I had a really bad chronic pain flare last night and did not sleep well, but I'm feeling a little better this morning. Still hard to stand, so I'm coming to you from my living room couch with all my plants, and Bunny is sniffing at my tripod, but oh well. I've got a cup of tea in a mug that is a perfect match for me. And let's kind of talk about what we've been working on. Let's start with the disappointing one. So you might be thinking, Lucy, that Musselburgh looks a lot smaller than it did the last time you showed it. Yeah, so I was almost halfway done with the length when I finally decided to try it on, and it was huge. I don't know, I must have had really bad brain fog the first 2 times I started this because my gauge measurement was so wild. So we're going again, trying it one more time, and I'm gonna be working on that for most of the day. I ripped back to my last increase round and basically went back a couple increases from 12 rows of increases to 9 rows of increases, and we're gonna kind of work from there. But yeah, there's that. Yeah, my goal originally was to finish this on the plane tomorrow before I ripped back, but that will not be happening. Yeah, oh well. You know, I've had a little bit of a win lately with the Margaux top, so I had to get humbled, and that's just what happens sometimes. Speaking of wins, I'm I went on Instagram and I did an Instagram poll for what I should work on next between the thalia shawl and the diona pullover. If you saw that and voted, thank you for doing that. That was very nice. And the diona pullover won, so we have started working on that. Short row shaping is done. You can't see much of the cable pattern on the front because it was short rows, but you can see a little bit more of it on the back. There's that. And I'm liking it so far. I'm liking working in this yarn. This is the Brooklyn Tweed Shelter in Wood Smoke, which is coming out more gray than I thought it would. I was assuming this was gonna be kind of more of a brown, but I don't really have any gray sweaters, so I think this is gonna fit perfectly in my wardrobe. I think it's gonna be a really good kind of space filler for what I need. But yeah. What else has been going on? There has not been a ton of knitting excitement for me lately, but that's probably for the best. Like I said, I leave for California tomorrow. That'll be really nice. My mom randomly came across my video from last month and was texting me about it, which was really funny. So yeah, I am gonna try and take good care of myself today because despite the fact that I feel better than I did yesterday, I still don't feel good. So I am going to sit and try and get a fair amount of the Musselburgh done, and I'll probably work a bit of the diona too, just because I've really been enjoying the texture of it. I also might just go and sew the collar down because I'm planning on doing the folded collar for it. So I might just do that really quick because that won't take too long. We'll see. Greetings from California. I thought I'd film a quick little thing while I'm here on my trip. It is so hot outside, so I thought I'd film before I go right back in to cool off. It's almost 100 degrees, if not 100 degrees right now, so it's toasty, and I'm working on a targy sweater. So this is the update on what my diona looks like. I've gotten some good progress done. I am just about to hit the sleeve split on this, so I should be able to do that today. And then I did not end up bringing my Musselburgh with me because it's in timeout. For whatever reason, I cannot, with the gauge measuring, I am measuring it correctly and I'm going according to my gauge, and the hat comes out huge. So it's on timeout. And I'm just working on the diona, and then I have some yarn in my bag to start the thalia shawl while I'm here. So yeah, I'm really loving this cable pattern. I think it's beautiful. And I think this is gonna be a really nice sweater for winter. It is difficult to work with outside in this heat though. So I think I'm gonna head inside and get some ice water because I am pinking up so fast, even in the shade. Home again, home again. I am back in Minnesota just in time for the rain to return in mid-July. So let's talk about being home, what I got done, all that good stuff. I had a really nice time in California. It was really good to see my family. So I had a plan to
to finish the Musselburgh. Obviously that did not happen. I talked about that while I was out there, but I have ripped back again. It's on the needles, but it's over further away from me than I'm willing to get up. Also, this is my finished margaux top by Gregoria Fibers. I think it's so cute. I'm very pleased with it. Can't get a great look at it because I'm sitting down because bad hips, man. I don't know what to tell you. I've got my special like orthopedic cushions in my chair here, so I'm gonna sit, get some knitting done on my Diona sweater, which has been mostly what I've been working on for the last over a week. I've gotten a lot done. I'm very pleased with this. Here it is. I decided to pick up the first sleeve so I could work on it while I was on the plane, just so I wasn't relying on the chart the whole time, because I didn't want to spread all of my paper charts out over my tray table. So 3.5 hour flight with a little bit of a delay at the beginning. I got this much done on the sleeve. I think I can maybe finish the sleeve today. And yeah, I'm loving this cable pattern. I think it's beautiful. I'll show you the back too. Boom, so pretty. And this is knitting up way faster than I thought it would. It also, I know it looks tiny, but because it's rib, I promise you it's got a ton of stretch, and I've been trying it on this whole time and it does fit fine. Do not be afraid. I am saying this partially for me too. Lucy, do not be afraid. So, I don't know why I've been having so many fit issues the last month and a half. I gauge swatch everything, but I've just been having fit issues. I don't know why. But other than that, still working on the Darjeeling top here and there. Speaking of fit issues, I'm very worried it's gonna be too big. It just, I don't know, it feels like a lot. It feels large, and maybe it's because it's knit flat that it looks huge to me. But yeah, I'm gonna keep cranking away on my Diona and my Musselburgh. Hopefully this time I have the right kind of gauge and stitch counts for this stupid hat, because it's making me insane. But yeah, plan for today is to try and finish cranking through this sleeve, because I think I can just get that done. I am almost done with the decreases. I think I have 2 more decreases to go, and then we are just 2x2 ribbing till the cows come home. So I'm gonna work on that, and then we'll get back to this delicious cable pattern that I am very in love with. Oh, I think this is gonna be a really nice sweater, and I'm gonna be back out in California in December for Christmas, which will be nice. It'll be my first time spending Christmas with my family in 3 years, because getting time off when you work in a hospital is really tough, especially as a newer nurse. I also, speaking of nursing, hit my 3-year anniversary of working as a nurse this month, which was exciting. 3 years in the operating room. It's hefty, it's hard work, but I've been enjoying it. It's been good. Other than that, I don't think I have anything new to share. So I'm gonna just sit back and get this sleeve done.
That was unbelievable. The music industry, keep the funk in their music.
I was just about to say it. Hello, welcome back. It's been a little bit since I've sat and done a little bit of a rundown, but I thought I would do that today. Got Brad. Brad just went to the groomer this week, so he is all freshly haircutted and smells like nice pet shampoo. So he's hanging out for now. we'll see how long he stays. So let's talk about the big thing first before Brad lays down on it, which is the completed Diona sweater. It's done, it's blocked, she's beautiful. I think it turned out really nice. I'll have to get a better feel for it once the colder months roll around. It feels like it has a little less positive ease than I would like, despite the fact that I met gauge and also then knit with a bigger needle size than I met gauge on. It's closer to like 2 inches of positive ease than the 4 inches of positive ease I was supposed to get. But I mean, the cable pattern is just beautiful. I think it looks fantastic. And I liked working with the Brooklyn tweed shelter. Maybe not as much as the cats liked it. They were all over it, specifically, oh, I'm sorry. Specifically, Brad was all over it. I just bopped him in the little face when I was gesturing. But yeah, let's talk about what else we've got going on now that the Diona is done. And that is, I've been cranking away on the Musselburgh. We're getting somewhere. We were at a community theater production of The Little Mermaid on Sunday, and I want to say I knit 4 inches on this during that alone, which was pretty impressive. I think that I can get this finished by the end of the week, so there's that. Other things that have been on my needles, I haven't done any work on it, but I do still have the Darjeeling top, and I cast on the neck of the wave sweater again. So just been doing a little bit of the 1x1 twisted rib for that. Yeah, the other big thing is you can see I've reorganized this basket over here that was holding the yoke Laura yarn. I have not been feeling excited about the idea of knitting the yoke lore, so I have decided I'm going to do something different with that yarn. With the individual colors for the colorwork yoke, I think I'm going to make Christmas hats, and then with this gray that I have 3 skeins of, I think I'm going to knit the Lunan polo, which is coming out this Friday from Rebecca Clow or Creabia. I think it'll be a nice little wardrobe piece. I'd love to have just like a nice little gray top. Love working 2x2 ribs, so I think it's a good idea. We'll see how I feel. But for the meantime, I'm gonna try and finish this. I think I can have it finished by the end of the week, let alone by the end of the month. So we're looking at 3 finished objects for July, which is exciting. So yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Alrighty, so I've finished the Musselburgh. It's done. I don't have it with me right now, but I'll show it off kind of in my end of the month wrap up so you can see what the final product looks like, but it is finished. So what do I do when I finish something that I've been working on for forever? Cast on new things. So I have some all new things on the needles. Let's start with the one I've been talking about for longer, which is the wave sweater. So here is what it is looking like so far. I'm still doing raglan increases and the start of this color work, but I think that these colors look really nice together. I wanted kind of a fun color, but a low contrast color work choice. And so I feel like the kind of different shades of purple work really well together. This is the Plenty yarn from Pearl Soho. I believe in the colors Red Plum and Fig. And I just think they look really nice. It's very, very soft too. A little bit fuzzy and halo-y. So it's gonna pill, but you know, I know what I'm signing up for at this point when I say, oh, I'd like to work with super fine merino. But I think it's gonna be really cozy. I thought I was gonna knit a large to extra large size in this, but I went and redid my imperial to metric conversion, and a small to medium is gonna give me 8 inches of positive ease, which is gonna be perfectly fine for a nice oversized fit. Other than that, we have the newest pattern on the scene. It's the Lunan Polo by Rebecca Clow. You can kind of see I finished the increases for this back panel, and now I am just working for a hot minute. This is in Woolstock DK in the colorway Fog. I went and got myself another skein of it just to make sure I had enough to complete the size I wanted to knit. And yeah, I think this is gonna look really cute. I think in the fall this might be cute with these overalls. This definitely isn't gonna be something I can wear until October, but I think it'll be a cute little top. Other than that, those are the main plans for right now. I'm kind of taking a break from the Darjeeling. I got the second buttonhole knit. The tough thing with the Darjeeling and with me as a knitter in general is that when a row is over 200 stitches, it really starts to feel like it drags. And for it to be, I'm working almost 300 stitches in a row flat in sport weight, and it just feels like it doesn't grow. Like it goes so slowly. So I wanted to work on some things that would give me a little bit more serotonin and a little bit more dopamine. So these instead. I cast this on yesterday, and this is what I was able to get done while watching the Olympics last night. We watched the men's gymnastics prelims and then the men's and women's swimming relay. And then this morning, I got a lot of knitting done on this while we watched women's rugby because I, like everybody, am a little bit in love with Alona Mar on Instagram. So I had to watch her absolutely dominate against Japan. It was really, really a good match. She did a really good job. The whole team crushed. It was really fun to watch. Other than that, I think I'm gonna just keep working back and forth on these two. Tonight, when I watched the rebroadcast for the women's gymnastics prelims, we missed it this morning because we were asleep, because we were in Central Time. But I would love to watch some of that tonight. So yeah, that's where we're at. So we have reached the end of another month. Today is August 1st, which is my day off. I was going to try and film this wrap up yesterday, but I worked a hellish shift that went really long. And so I just didn't have the energy or the time to film yesterday. So a day late, but that's how it goes. I'm joined today by Brad, of course. He just finished his nap. He also went to the groomer this month, so he's very, very handsome and smells like nice pet shampoo. Yes. You very majestic boy? Okay. So let's go ahead and get started with what I'm wearing right now, which is a finished knit of mine. This is the Fern Tee by Knitting for Olive in the Knitting for Olive Pure Silk Haze. Because today is very hot and sweaty and humid, and this was the most I could handle having on my body right now. Oh, there we go. So let's go ahead and get into the finished objects, starting with the most recent one, which is my Musselburgh hat by Ysolda Tegue. This is in the colorway Oscar by Fiber MacGyver on their worsted merino alpaca base. I think it turned out really nice, despite the fact that it made me insane. I give this pattern a 3 out of 5, mostly due to my own fault. I don't know what it was. I had such a time trying to measure my gauge on this. It just never was right. But we finally got there. I think it's gonna be a really good hat for this winter. I just had not a lot of fun knitting it. I wanna try again, maybe in a different yarn weight. But yeah, there it is. The color is fantastic. I love this green. So I think that'll be really nice for this winter. And before Brad lays down on it, I'm gonna grab our next finished object, which was the first one we finished this month, which is the Margaux top by Gregoria Fiber Company. There is cat hair on everything. This was completed in the the Valley Yarn DK Merino in the colorway maroon. I think this top came out so good and so adorable. It just really, I think it just really worked. I gave this a 4.5 stars out of 5. I think it's fantastic. I love the fit of it. The straight across neckline I feel is very elegant. I really enjoyed making it. I was a little worried about what the sizing was gonna look like, but it turned out really good. I wore it when I was in California and it was a hit, and I'm looking forward to wearing it in the fall. I feel like this with a black mini skirt that I have and black tights and my boots might be really cool. What do you think? Would that be good? Thank you. So yeah, I thought that went really well. I'm gonna try and extricate Brad so I can talk about this last finished object that he is standing on, which is, of course, the Diona sweater. The fully cabled Targhee sweater I made in July. I gave this project a 4 out of 5. This is, of course, the Diona sweater by Sari Nordlund in Brooklyn Tweed's Shelter in the colorway Wood Smoke. This was my first time working with Targhee. I really liked it. It isn't soft, but it was not itchy either. I thought that the cable pattern was super fun to work. I really enjoyed it. I thought this flew off my needles. I worked incredibly fast on this. My one thing that's keeping it from a higher rating is just that I don't know how I like the fit on me, per se. It's a little bit less positive ease than I'm used to, and I don't know if that'll bother me come winter, but now I'm just a little unused to it. Other than that, though, we've got a couple whips to talk about, so let's get into that. We'll start with the more exciting looking one first, which is the Wave Sweater by Spektakelstrikken. This is where I'm at in that. You're looking at the back of it right now, but there it is. These are the colorways Red Plum and Fig in the Plenty base from Pearl Soho. It's a ultrafine merino, so it is already fuzzy, but it's very, very soft, and I'm really looking forward to being able to wear this. I'm a ways away from the sleeve split still, so not like really cooking as of yet, but I think it's gonna move pretty quickly. I think I'll finish it this next month. Yeah. And then to round it out, I have the Lunan polo by Rebecca Clow, or gregoria. Here's where we're at with that. I am getting to joining the body soon. I just have to finish this last bit of the right panel. I'm doing the polo version of the Lunan top, or the Lunan tee. I don't remember exactly what it's called. I'm doing the polo version. I think the 3x1 ribbing is working up very nicely. It's working up very quickly as well. And so I have good feelings about this. I think it's going to be nice. This is, of course, in the Ultra Wool DK, specifically in the colorway Fog. So yeah, I think a nice neutral little polo for fall will be really nice. So yeah, that is everything for this month. I wanted to also talk about something from this month that was really crazy, which is I hit 800 subscribers. I don't know how this happened. I don't know where you all came from, but thank you so much for watching. Everybody has been incredibly kind, and it's been really exciting to see you all here. I don't know if people would at all be interested in doing kind of a celebration video for 800 subscribers. I know I included a notebook flip through this month, but maybe something, I figure in the new year I'll do a notebook setup so people can see how I kind of set up my notes for the coming year. But would people want to do a Q&A? I don't know. Maybe if people are interested in a Q&A, maybe we could do that. I don't know how many people would actually be interested in asking me questions or hearing what I have to say, but yeah, I don't know really what to say at all about that. It is crazy. I did not think this would happen, but I'm very, very grateful that you are all here. It's been really lovely to talk about knitting with you all and to kind of show you what I've been up to every month, and also show off my cats, because I think I've got some pretty cute cats. Hi. Why are you all up in my mouth? But yeah, it's been really nice to do these videos every month, and it means a lot to know that somewhere out there people are watching, which is very cool and a little bit terrifying, but yeah, thank you so much for being here. Let me know if you'd like to do some kind of celebration video. That could be something fun. And if not, thank you for watching, and I will see you again at the end of August. Bye, friends.